Bulletcast for life.
Anyways, yeah, we're going to talk about tables, ladders, and chairs. It was this past Sunday. I did not watch it live. I was attending NXT Live at the Event Center at San Jose State. We're going to talk about that a little bit when we get to the Inside of the Ring portion of the show. But tables, ladders, and chairs, Brandon, tell us what happened.
Well, a lot of things happened. We started the show off with, I believe, was the best match of the show. Well, technically, we're not going to talk about the pre-show because we usually never talk about the pre-show, but we had the tag team ladder match for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The New Day defeat the Revival, and what I thought was a pretty good match. I think this match and the match after were the two contenders for the best match of the night. My leaning towards this match was because I thought the crowd was just a lot more into this match than the Alistair Black-Buddy Murphy match.
Absolutely. Where did tables, ladders, and chairs take place?
Lovely Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Oh, home of the Beast Incarnate, Brock Lesnar,
and my boy Wade Keller.
Oh, of course. You can't forget Wade Keller. You know,
even though technically he lives in the St. Paul area, so it's kind of like over here, like Oakland and San Francisco. Like you don't get those two mixed up. They're two distinct different cities, even though people outside probably don't care.
These are all possibilities. Yeah, so I rewatched TLC, or watched it for the first time, just like a couple days ago. The ladder match, Kofi with the ladder, it's always going to be fun. Big E had some amazing spots. This was really good. This was fun. I enjoyed it. The crowd, they were live. Because, crowds in Minneapolis, are they ever really truly live? You know what I mean? I don't think they are. But this was good-ish. The New Day, they retained their SmackDown Live Tag Team, or SmackDown Tag Team Championships. And yeah, nothing else to say about it.
So then next up, we had Alistair Black taking on Buddy Murphy. Maybe the most athletic match of the show. Good back and forth. We both had high hopes for this match. We possibly predicted it was going to be the best match of the show. And I would say it did live up to the hype. But as I said about the New Day match, I didn't feel that this crowd was really engaged with this match. But they didn't really have a reason to be. Alistair Black has just been asking for someone to fight him. Buddy Murphy knocks on his door. We don't really have a reason to cheer or boo either one of these guys. But in the end, they put in a good effort. It was a good match.
This was very good. Do we know how long this match ran? I believe I said on the preview show, give me like 15, 20 hot minutes and get me the hell out of there. But it was goodish. It was very goodish. I love Buddy Murphy. He's always going to be. I'm always going to be a big fan of Buddy Murphy. I think the guy's extremely talented. He's come a long way from his Murphy and Blake days, along with Alexa Bliss down in NXT, that little tag team run with the NXT tag titles, to now. He stood out with Daniel Bryan and Roman Reigns and had this barn burner of a match with Alistair Black. And I like how Alistair went for his move right off the bat, like right as soon as the bell rings. We don't see that in wrestling a lot. I'm like, why don't you just hit him with the move and be done with it,
It's almost like it's a fight, and you would want to hit the person with your best move first, so you knock them out.
Exactly, But this was very good. I don't know where we're going to go from here. Maybe Alistair is going to move into the upper mid-card level of the roster, and I don't know, Murphy, I think he'll be fine where he is. I see big things for Buddy Murphy in 2020.
Moving on, we had the Raw Tag Team Championship match. It was an open challenge for the Viking Raiders, taking place in Minnesota. I think they had a missed opportunity to have the Viking Raiders be, Viking territory. They were doing the skull chant and all that good stuff. But anyways, the OC come out, they cut a promo because they're the best tag team in the world. And this was basically all just for a spot of Kentucky Fried Chicken because there's people at ringside eating. For what reason? Because KFC paid WWE handsomely, I assume. And of course, somebody goes through the table. But then we get this match on Monday. I don't know why we had to do it on Sunday because KFC was involved. There was a double count out. So I thought you could have just taken this match out, but get your money, boo-boo.
Yeah. One thing, Cracker Barrel, they sponsored All In. I didn't see people ringside eating Cracker Barrel. Why did we have to see this for KFC and WWE? Don't know.
Because it's finger looking good, Phillip.
honestly, man, KFC's not all that great. Like Popeyes is cool, but you know what's a real gem? You know what's a really good gym? You ever had Whataburger, Brandon?
I have not had Whataburger.
They have this chicken sandwich. Put a little breakfast chicken sandwich, a little bit of honey on there. Get you a strawberry milkshake. You're in for a good time. That's that good chicken. Or if
You know, when I went to the Dominican on the way back, I had a layover in Charlotte, so shout out the Flares. But I had in the airport Bojangles. Only time I ever had it. Very, very good. I have to admit.
Or you can go to like a Roscoe's maybe if you're feeling frisky, or if you want high cholesterol, just go to Church's Chicken. There's one in Oakland. Grease drips through the bag, but it's good stuff. Yeah, no, this match was fine. It was okay. Double count out. We see. Oh my God, the Bullet Cast hotline is ringing, ladies and gentlemen. We see a lot of double count outs, but it's just whatever, you know. I'm fine with it. It happened again the next night. It's whatever.
Smack dab in the middle of the show, the Big Dog took on King Corbin in a tables, ladders, and chairs match, which I don't know if they lived up to my rules of they used only those things, so maybe there should have been a disqualification in that match. But anyways, definitely in the women's match there should have been a disqualification because more than just TLC was used. But we get King Corbin getting the victory because Roman Reigns has no friends. King Corbin had like 20 people come out and assault Roman Reigns. Nobody came out to help Roman. I don't know why the New Day didn't come out. The Revival showed up, but Roman Reigns has no friends, so he loses. Sad, sad day for the Big Dog.
Yeah, somebody went on Twitter and was like, Mustafa Ali, why didn't you come out and help Roman? And Ali was like, bruh, I'm in Chicago. I thought that was funny. Yeah, so what is the purpose of a tables, ladders, and chairs match, Brandon?
Well, it should be normally to obtain something that's above the ring.
And what did they try to obtain?
Sweet, sweet victory.
Absolutely nothing. Look, this could have been no holds barred. It could have been last man standing. Could have been an unsanctioned fight. I find it funny how unsanctioned fights in WWE, they actually count. They count towards a win-loss record. But WWE doesn't have win-loss records. Yeah. Interesting. Anyway, yeah, Roman Reigns was hit over the head with a can of dog food. Dolph Ziggler comes out there. It's just a whole kerfuffle of stuff. It was physical. It was fine. And the Big Dog, he took some L's in 2019.
Yeah, I mean, when he put this match in the middle of the card, I kind of had a feeling that maybe Roman was going to lose, because if it was in the main event, we all knew Roman has to go over and make everybody happy. But then in the end, Roman went over strong and made everybody happy because a big old kerfuffle happened, because apparently now Roman has friends with the New Day and the Street Profits, and then he jumps off the stage, or not the stage, but off the stands, and that's how we go off the air. So maybe you could talk about that aspect a little bit.
It was whatever. I mean, I really don't know what else to say. It's that typical WWE. There's a whole bunch of people standing around, and somebody's going to jump off at something, and they're all going to go down.
Like a something brick house. I'm not going to cuss on this episode because we did all that last week.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
Moving on. Now, this is when I kind of thought the show went downhill. We had Bray Wyatt, just Bray Wyatt, no Fiend. Technically, he showed up on the Jumbotron, but he was not there in person. I think the crowd might have been a little ticked off about that. He ends up beating The Miz, who was just same old happy-go-lucky Hollywood Miz. And then Bray Wyatt wins with the Sister Abigail, the most protected move, maybe even above the One-Winged Angel. And then Daniel Bryan comes out, and as we predicted, he got a little haircut, got a little trim on the beard ski, and now we're going to get Bray Wyatt taking on Daniel Bryan, presumably at Royal Rumble.
This was a huge win. I mean, we got not Daniel Bryan, but the American Dragon is back. I mean, not like American Dragon Jake Long. Did you ever watch that, by the way, Brandon? American Dragon Jake Long? That was a very good TV show.
Does not ring a bell.
Does not ring a bbell? Oh man, you're missing out, man. But yeah, Daniel Bryan, it's cool. I dig it. I like. It was time for a change. So apparently the Yes Movement is officially back. We're gonna have to wait to see what happens tomorrow night on SmackDown to really grasp what's gonna happen between Bray and Daniel, or the Fiend and Daniel. But yeah. How did you feel about Bray's entrance? How did you feel about that?
Well, last week I kind of talked about how I am kind of cooling off on this Bray Wyatt character because you have the top heel in the company, presumably, and he's also is like his alter ego is like the top babyface in the company. And then when you go up against the Miz isn't like the best wrestler in the world. He's not, the crowd's not gonna get behind him all that well. So when you have like two people who are supposed to get over in opposite senses, it didn't really work for me. But then Daniel Bryan comes out and the crowd was like, okay, we didn't get the Fiend, but at least we're gonna get Daniel Bryan. So hopefully Daniel Bryan is going to be the one that can turn the crowd against Bray Wyatt. Still a little skeptical about that, but I'm also getting kind of 2014 vibes where Daniel Bryan's facing Bray Wyatt, or Daniel Bryan's facing Bray Wyatt. He's going to get super over, and then Roman Reigns is going to be the one in the end who beats Bray Wyatt.
Did you read my mind over the Skype waves? That's
Maybe.
That's where I'm going, bro. We don't know where this is going. Big Roman wins the 2020 Royal Rumble. And then he goes on to WrestleMania in his home state of Florida. And he's going to beat The Fiend for the championship of the universe. Yeah. That's where we're going. Unless, Vince has a mishap or something, and he's like, you know what, Daniel, you can win it this year. I don't know. We'll find out.
Yeah, I don't know if we need to ditch the Mr. Rogers Bray Wyatt just because I think that part is like funny and it's like comical. And I think the crowd is kind of enjoying it a little too much. So then when you bring out the Fiend, people don't like hate the Fiend because they see Bray Wyatt. And the Fiend, yes, he does these dastardly things from time to time, but for the most part, we see happy Bray Wyatt. So that's, I think, another reason why it's kind of hard for the crowd to boo Bray Wyatt. But Daniel Bryan, I think, will get the job done.
He quite possibly could get the job done. We don't know. What else do we have on this show, Brandon?
Well, we had Lashley and Rusev in a tables match, and it was just exactly what you thought it was going to be. Lana overacting,
yes,
and then someone goes through a table. So, all these matches, it's like, oh, you can use this weapon whenever you want, but a tables match, nope, you don't get to use it until the end.
Yeah, it was whatever, moving on from it.
We have the main event, women's tag team title match, Kabuki Warriors taking on Becky Lynch and Charlotte in a TLC match where something was actually hanging above the ring, but they didn't actually really go for it all that often. Maybe like there was 2 or 3 spots where somebody actually climbed the ladder to retrieve the titles. They worked hard, I'll give them that, but I thought this was definitely a letdown. I think Kyrie got injured somewhere, possibly a concussion. We're not exactly getting word on that, but I felt like something was off with Kyrie during the match. Becky Lynch getting tied to a rope or tied to a ladder like she was a damsel in distress on the train tracks. I wasn't a big fan of that. And, I mean, overall, if we compare this match to last year, I know both of us were there, so it's kind of hard to compare because we were there live and it's a different experience. But, all these women except for Kyrie were in basically the same exact match, and I thought that match worked a lot better than this one. I don't know why, but that's just my opinion.
Well, I mean, Kyrie got concussed like in the first 2 or 3 minutes of the match. Yeah.
Just like Bubba Ray.
No, but I mean, yeah. So can Asuka only defeat people at TLC? Is this the pay-per-view where she's undefeated?
And Royal Rumble, she got a good streak going at the Royal Rumble.
So just those are the only 2 nights where she will be superior to the women's division.
She has a good December and January. After that, it just all goes to hell.
Yep. She has 2 months where she's awesome. And then it all goes to ish. The match was fine. It got clunky because of Kyrie's concussion. Hopefully she's all right. And, Asuka looked strong on Monday. Charlotte and Becky, they had to take an L. It's okay. No, Becky won't have 2 belts for a while.
Yeah, they didn't do the dissension between the two. It was just kind of a straight-up win for the Kabuki Warriors. I know we're going to get talked to it, but I did like what they did on Raw, kind of shifting away from Charlotte, because I think we've been there, done that with Becky and Charlotte, and moving into Asuka.
Because nobody's ready for Asuka. Nobody.